Welcome back to Matcha My Energy, where I marry two of my favorite things, matcha and comedians. This is the only way I maintain a social life. And today, I have lured out of his cavern, Jeremy Scippio. Today we're at Flow & Cafe, and the vibes are like super chill. It's like very open air. They have a party on, I think once a month. I'll fact check that, called Matcha Madness, and it's DJ'd by the very prominent BT, Brandon Thomas, who is an acting coach and DJ, because we're all multifaceted. I got the Matcha My vibe, because that's only right for this show, Matcha My Energy, gang, no lane.
Strawberry vibe.
Are you a matcha fan? Are you a matcha nigga?
I'm not a matcha nigga, but I fancy it every now and then.
Every now and then?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the glasses tell me that. I want to try this foam on top. I'm not going to hold you.
Oh, you know what? I was just going straight to the
We're going to go, cheers.
Oh, cheers. Oh, should you not do the straw? Should we not doing the straw?
No, I'm definitely doing the straw. I wanted to taste the cream top.
Oh,
I recognize that flavor.
Wait, what did you get?
I got the Matcha My Vibe, and it comes with an extra shot of like guarana, L-theanine, the vibe shot.
You say you don't know the flavor.
Yeah, because the cream top, it might just be cream flavored.
Oh.
It might just be cream flavored.
It was good though.
I love a good matcha. This is actually my second one. I had one. I scarfed one down before you got here.
Okay.
Today, I have an amazing stand-up comedian, producer, writer, Jeremy Scippio.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going, guys?
You're the perfect person to have a Scippio some tea.
God, I think that's why you booked. Just because she said no mean you can say it, guys.
Jeremy, talk to me. I love to talk about comedians and their journeys and like how they got here. To this point, you're living in Los Angeles, you're working, you're doing a thing. Where did it start for you, bruh?
Well, my LA journey, or you talking about comedy?
Comedy, period. Yeah.
Comedy, okay. Well, I started off, just naturally being interested in comedy. You got the Def Jam period. I just really liked Martin a lot. I liked Martin, his show, and I liked him more than I liked Def Comedy Jam. I didn't even know about comedy. I just knew I wanted to be like Martin on his show.
Yeah.
And then from there, that led me to Def Jam. But also, I was just so young.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I could fully interpret what was happening.
Yeah. You knew that he was doing something that was like powerful, because Martin, I don't think he's obviously a fantastic stand-up, but I don't think he gets the credit he deserves as a character actor.
Yeah.
He is a phenomenal character actor.
Yeah.
Like, I'm writing a book on improv, and I have a section specifically dedicated to Martin Lawrence, because other improv books, and they're very white. They're not worried about Black artists in any period of time, unless they dead, maybe.
I heard that.
And unfortunately for us, Martin is alive.
No, he's alive. Yeah.
He's alive and well somewhere. But yes, that's interesting, because I don't know that I particularly see that element of you on stage, but you never know. Everybody's art's different.
When it comes to Martin, I think all of us are a conglomeration of comedians. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So if I told you my top, you'd be like, where is that located?
Exactly. And it's just certain things,
really
social elements. I say me, there's some George Carlin stuff I like, some Martin stuff, probably a little Eddie, little Chris Rock, whatever, but I'm just inspired by the 90s in general. So that's kind of how it's going to come off. Yeah. I'd say I get Martin comparisons directly when it comes to my acting, not on purpose. That's one thing I wasn't trying to do. But I'll be making faces, and people will be like, oh yeah, I can see you doing like this, like a Martin version of this. And I'll be like, I just wanted to act normal. That's what I want. Because I admire acting so much. I always feel like that's a weak area of mine. So when I see people who are really, really good at it, and I'm trying to be really good at it, and they say, oh, you're being funny. I'll be like, I don't know. I always take a little knock, but something I'm working on.
I was actually being serious. That was some of your inspiration. So when did you first get on the stage?
First time I was on stage, let me see. I don't even want to tell the story. I'll keep this brief.
What?
It was actually a Def Comedy Jam audition in 2007 or 8, something like that.
Bombastic side eye, criminal offensive.
I think the look of your
side
eyes
eye.
is more hilarious than that actually happening. First time on stage with Def Comedy Jam audition. Yeah, honestly, so I went to a performing arts high school. I knew I wanted to do stand up comedy, but I never tried it or anything. A friend of mine took me to
You were
meet
a
his
theater
uncle.
kid.
That's just that's absolutely.
You were a theater kid.
Well, my majors were jazz, piano, and visual arts, but yes, that was a theater like that.
That's right. You do play the piano.
Yeah. That was I'm theater. I'm definitely performing arts. Most of my friends, actually, a lot of my friends that I grew up with, I went to school with, are out here. Didn't think that was going to happen. I actually was trying to get away from everybody in high school.
They all migrated.
It's very weird, but I guess it makes sense because everybody's pursuing something.
Yeah, in the arts. Damn, I forget that you play the piano because I'll catch you at the Comedy Store and you're playing the piano for the main room.
Yeah, I try to forget myself, but then that's something else that popped back up in my life. Yeah, but basically, my friend, his uncle's a DJ. He introduced me to his uncle. He was like, "Hey, what games you got coming up?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm doing this Def Comedy Jam audition. I'm DJing the audition in DC." And my friend was like, "Yo, well, he's a comedian, you know, and I think this is the biggest problem when it comes to common people and like our profession.
Yeah.
They think by saying that you are a comedian, that someone's a comedian, that means they're just very funny. No, it's an actual occupation. I'm so mad I messed it up.
It's okay, run it back. I'll fix it in post. Hey, editor, fix it in post. I'm the editor.
I know, right? I think when it comes to being a comedian and the common consumer is that they think when you say being a comedian, that means that you are just a funny person. No, it's our occupation. You know what I mean? You're not a firefighter just because you put out a fire. You're a firefighter because you went to firefighter school. I don't know. But regardless.
What do firefighters do?
Yeah, actually,
when they're not fighting a fire.
We actually need more requirements on what qualifies you as a comedian. But
absolutely.
Because, if any depressed person with a microphone in their hand, boom.
Absolutely. Well, even like sometimes, do you ever feel a way when, like people who do comedic content call themselves comedians? I get a little like, not the same. But I guess like stand-up comedian is different than comedian.
As a millennial representative, I'm trying to loosen up my grasp on that concept because the medium has evolved so much.
Yeah.
In a world where Kevin Hart and Kai Cenat are occupying the same space, you know what I mean? That's like the full spectrum. Like, what can we do?
Kai Cenat, I want to be on your stream.
What?
Kai said, hey chat, tell Kai Cenat I want to be on his stream.
You don't scream enough in your.
Hey chat, I know it's too chill in here.
Chat, I can't believe this. What Gucci? What the heck? Chat,
get me on the street. Get me in the AMP house. Yes, this medium, those two worlds are converging.
Absolutely. So that's why I kind of let go of that, even though it's still But yeah, Kai Cenat, Drewski are comedians.
Yeah,
I like that for now. No, but
yeah, a rap beef in the comedy community.
There's plenty of beef in the comedy community. Well, Cat Williams is what
surprisingly a lot of beef in the comedy community.
Absolutely.
It shocks me. I'm like, what are we beefing about? We're all cracking jokes.
It's competitive. That's what it is.
Men.
Yeah, men.
It's men.
What? You don't think women? Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
that's good.
I guess women and
people like you. That's
maybe
good.
My generation is a little different because I do know a couple. I've heard some stories where I've got homegirls who are booted off of a show because there was already a woman on the show. But I don't know that they have beef with that woman more. They've got beef with that booker.
Yeah, I mean, look, man. Drake started off saying, "Hey." They say, "Diss me, you never hear a reply for it," and now he's in the biggest rap beef of all time.
He is.
So you just never know. Not wishing that upon you. Just saying that, hey,
That's true.
keep your nose clean. That's
Man,
it.
God, what would that look like?
Don't imagine what it would look like.
We'll fabricate one in 10 years. How about that?
I know, right?
If this didn't go the way that we planned.
No, I just like we're gonna see each other in the street after something happens. You be like, Jeremy. I'm like, I know.
I'm gonna start it when we're like in our 70s. Jeremy Scippio. That's why you got a broken hippio. No, I would never. I'm not wishing that on you.
Did we go to high school together? Anyway, look. But yeah, long story short, once I said I was once my friend pumped me up as a comedian, and this is where knowing people comes into play. He sped me through the process, so I go straight to, I actually end up. My sister told the story 1,000 times. Ended up getting me a flight to DC for the audition. Long story short, it doesn't go well. But I say while I was there, I ended up like seeing like a bunch of people that I admire. Right around that time, this is all like ironic. Bad Boys of Comedy was like the biggest thing in comedy.
Yeah.
Before they try to reboot Def Jam.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people I had watched and I was kind of admiring on there. I got to meet and like interact with them.
Okay.
And then that's when I realized like this is like the Super Bowl of comedy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, below amateur. Like I haven't even told my first joke yet. So that was humbling experience. But I didn't even start comedy officially until like 3 years after that.
After that moment,
Yeah.
It took you 3 years from that moment. Was it because that moment was so like revealing?
Yeah. That I mean, revealing is like that's a really nice way to put it. It was terrible, but
No, because
No.
ignorance is so bliss. Like I didn't know that I was bad for a long time until I got booed. I think that was the time when I was like, "Oh, I'm bad at this. I got to get better."
yeah.
I think those moments really like pull the wool from your eyes.
Well, I didn't get booed, but the first person that
I
went
don't
first,
recommend it.
first person went before me got booed.
Ooh, good for them.
That sobered me up.
And that person is
I can't remember.
Chris Rock.
No. Wait, how old do you think I am? Auditioning with Chris Rock. He probably is a comedian now in the scene. I just, I blocked out a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I just remember he had like a big like white suit and big diamond earrings. This was like in at the time, like
my
big
God.
rocks and stuff. Like Ludacris used to wear.
Yeah.
And he just got booed, and it make you go, like But yeah, I thought I was gonna get booed, but I didn't. Just complete silence and lay in the back, going like, "That's okay, baby. You got this. Go on, baby. You got this." So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but
that might be worse.
I say what the
You must have been likable.
Huh?
You must have been likable.
Yeah, I was the youngest person there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, yeah.
So they saw the baby boy. And she's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
she
But they
wanted
didn't
to
take me
protect
seriously.
you.
But I think the thing is when you're young, environment like that, they do give you like that, like you could be the one. You know what I mean? Like they give you that neo confidence.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. I think what made me delay. I had to live real life, I had to gain experiences. I had to get a job. I had to be a regular person. I mean, I guess if I would have entered like a full life of entertainment and came out here sooner, because I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I don't know if we stated that, whatever. But yeah, so.
No, you didn't.
I'm from Cincinnati. If I would have moved out here sooner, maybe that would have got those gears turning, or New York.
But everything happens in the time it's supposed to. I feel that way too. I'm always like, if I started earlier and then I have to go. No. Timing is so aligned and it's perfect.
It's divine.
Yeah, because when you like zoom out of your life and like look at it like a chessboard, you're really like, oh, that piece is connected to that, and then that move wouldn't have happened without that one. And
Absolutely.
It all makes sense. I understand it now. And so some people it happens later. Some people it happens earlier. I wouldn't actually want it to happen earlier. Now that I think about it, I was an idiot. Oh my God. My ego was fragile. I didn't know how to talk to people. Oh, God forbid.
Yeah.
God forbid I didn't have the lessons. I would have been canceled 10 years ago.
Cancel ain't all that bad.
I wouldn't have known how to handle it. Some people, they come out of it even better than they were before.
Well, how long you been doing it?
Stand-up comedy, entertainment period, 7 years.
7 years ago?
Yeah.
You're not a child actor or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I was like a kid in STEM. I was never like, I look at people who went to who was like in the arts, young, I always look up to you guys because I'm like, damn, like you knew who you were. That's how I feel. You know.
I would say I just wish I would have reprioritized things. You know, like clearly I would have took like creative writing and drama. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's what you're doing.
Clearly,
now. Yeah.
just clearly,
that's what you're doing now.
Because my income depends on these things now.
Yeah.
But when I was young, you know, just I was just really good at drawing. That was like the first thing. Like I could draw things that people like take time to learn. I could just draw it flawlessly.
Yeah.
And then
You're always creative.
yeah, it is all connected. It's all connected for sure. And I say with piano, I should have put in more of an effort, especially because I'm just like surrounded by like the best, you know, the best piano players ever. And once again, now my income depends on it. So
you hanging out with Stevie Wonder? What is your
no,
week look like?
I'll keep it. So it's a T Nava of the Free Nationals. He plays with Anderson .Paak or whatever. Like to me, he's the best piano player on the planet, and I grew up with this guy. So
that's insane.
Yeah,
that's
but
insane. You're plugged in.
Yeah, but it was not that the band in general. You know, we had to transpose music and stuff. You know, I guess I would just wish I would have took more advantage of, you know, my education earlier. But you know, you're a kid.
Yeah.
And the annoying part is that
dumb. God, we didn't know how good we had it.
But I say the most annoying part was our art classes. That grade was part of our GPA. So
was a part of your GPA.
Like the classes that we took, the other classes, like that was part of your actual like grade. So
yeah, that makes sense in a fine art school.
Yeah. But man, I can tell you, it's harsh.
That's true because it is also kind of subjective, unless you know. I don't know how you would grade certain things like that. Right?
Yeah, I mean, you have assignments and you have to complete them, and yes, you get graded on how good they are and how it affects the teacher. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like completing it should be the grade. You completed it.
No.
Good job.
No.
No?
No.
You don't think so? You don't think that's a metric?
Some people make some hideous stuff, man.
Oh, well, you know.
But then some people, you know, can be the greatest, but then, you know, lazy or busy.
Yeah, I feel like that's even harder, is to get yourself to complete a project. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah,
I mean, I think it's more vital to not only be able to complete, but also be your working speed. I mean, even with what we do, you know, it's like you know, writing the funniest joke in the shortest amount of time, you know, that turnaround speed. Because some people take a little longer. You know, you look at like Josh Johnson right now is killing it because he can pump out what's essentially a special, even though he's just analyzing a topic. You know, over a short period of time.
Right.
Know?
Yeah.
When I
love his videos.
Previously, that would have been low-key frowned upon. Well, I don't think we had the technology necessarily for it.
No.
You know, to say, let's record this. Okay, this is the special. Right. Versus like
in such a short turnaround.
Yeah, like we used to. It'll be more like it makes a regular special look like a year-end wrap-up.
Yeah. Good point. Mm-hmm. And people are kind of expecting that too. Which I'm like, fair. You don't even know who I am, so why do you care about my perspective?
Man, they think comedians have the answer. We're also, I think people consider us more trustworthy than like religious leaders, politicians, all stuff. They made comedians.
That with a grain of salt.
They make comedians be like, "Oh, you got the answers. You're clearly a deep thinker," and I'm like, "Well, depends on what week it is."
Who booked that room? Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
What is one of your like biggest accomplishments? You looked at it and you were like, "Damn, I did that shit."
That's a great question because I think it changes.
Yeah. Obviously, the goalpost keeps moving. Mm-hmm. But do you remember one of your first moments where you were like, "Oh yeah, I'm in it. I'm doing the thing that I set out to do"? I'm asking for me.
Yeah. Okay. So it was a bunch of moments, but I say the moment that I had what you're saying. I remember one of the first ones, at least, opening for Russell Peters. I think it didn't hit me because, you know, you're just going with the flow. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we did the shows. Then I just remember being in the car. I remember getting my check. Thank you, Russell. Uh,
Thank you, Russell.
uh, and I remember being in the car, and I think Kanye West, one of his songs came on. I think "Good Life" or maybe "Champion." I don't know.
Oh, Champion is one of my
Yeah,
workout songs.
yeah, really.
Yeah, it's like a pump song.
It was one of those. It was like you just I don't know. It was one of those, man. It just made some tears come down my eye. I was like, man, like there was a moment where you talk about doing something, people saying like, I don't know if that's a good idea, and then fast forward and my turnaround time, I say, in hindsight, it seemed like a long time when you're in it, but in hindsight, you talk about like less than 2 years from being like not knowing if you should start to move to you're doing big shows in front of like bunch of people and people going like, oh, you're great. So yeah, I think I just started like bawling. I was like, man, I did it. I'm like actually a real comedian or whatever, yeah.
That's so beautiful.
I don't know what that is.
It's actually a Russian hat, so I never
That's what I'm thinking.
understood. Yeah, I never
He got
understood.
the Jewish girls, right?
Yeah, he's a Hasidic Jew. Yeah.
What Russian hat?
Free Palestine, bitch.
Yo.
So,
okay, go ahead.
no, what were you gonna say?
Man, they had they had an Iranian. This getting crazy. They had an Iranian flag waving it on Wilshire the other day.
Yeah.
And people get out of their cars and like, yeah, it was like because it was July 4th or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it was getting violent over there.
Here in Los Angeles?
No way.
Violence?
No way.
I couldn't imagine it. That's crazy. Like, that should not even be it shouldn't be a discussion. Like, why are we killing people? But I guess I could relate. I'm part of many oppressed communities, so to me, this is crazy. Anyway, good Shabbos or whatever.
This actually it's better than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
what would you rate it?
Ooh, out of 10?
Yeah, out of 10. Out of all the matchas that you've had in your life, lifetime.
All the very few. No, let's see. Out of 10, out of matchas, then I got to give it a 10.
You give it a 10?
Yeah. It's the best one still in so far.
Okay. I would give mine a...
3 hours later.
What you don't know is I actually drink like that and be pissing people off. I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. Now, that's because I'm not a huge fan of sweet like drinks. This is like a treat. It's like a dessert. This is not something I could drink all the time. This is only a special occasion. I got him out the house. But I did have a matcha Americano, which is just straight matcha and water. That's it. I'd rate it a 10 out of 10 because they use really good matcha.
I'm trying to clean it up. She said it's a 7. Step your game up.
I'm trying to get my own drink here.
But no, seriously, it's funny because as a kid I would have thought this was like some type of Nickelodeon slime drink or something, but that's how it sold it to me.
Little did they know, you're getting your vitamin C packed full of antioxidants.
Sounds healthy. But no, it's funny. The reason why I even say you're not a child actor or anything because you kind of have that energy.
Child actor energy?
Yes.
It took me a long time to like be myself in public.
Really?
Yeah, out loud. I think because I was really, I was an introvert and I was like I come from, my mom's Japanese. Like our culture is very
No way. No, I'm kidding.
It's very.
That's rude.
If you know my comedy, you know. It's just very repressed culture. Keep your thoughts and your personality and everything in. And my mom would constantly tell me I was embarrassing her everywhere we went. And so I just learned to be like, very like status quo, very like, don't be noticed, don't be perceived. And then also growing up in New York, I had to really like build a hard exterior. And like, it took some years to like chip that and knock that down. Because I think I was just like afraid. I don't know what I was afraid of. I guess to be judged, to be hurt, to be a million things. Like, and none of it made sense. I was like, Just be yourself, bro. Probably the best choice I've ever made.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like, is that part of your comedy journey, or just you, or just like your natural?
That's life, Jeremy. That's my life.
Well, the reason why, because I mean, I would say like you always, you were fully of you, but when I met you, so I don't know if that's something that is it later?
I just went up into a thought bubbles. How long ago did we meet? How did we meet? I don't ever remember how I meet comedy.
Okay.
Comedy? How I met comedians.
Comedians. This is a good looking street. That's what it is.
Melrose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You mean just like the people, or just? Oh yeah.
Are you gonna
I'll say that every time I leave Los Angeles, and like I look around, I'm like, oh wow, the general population shocks me. I don't mean to. I don't want to be rude. But have you ever been to Disneyland?
Yeah.
They let everybody in.
That's wild. That's a wild statement. That's a wild statement to say. That's wild.
I want to know if you have any controversial opinions or hot takes.
My lane right here. But this is an oldie but a goodie at this point. Yeah, I think I don't think comedy clubs are conducive to the art form of comedy. It's really because comedy clubs are bars essentially. They aren't they're not designed around the comedian. The comedian is it's just like a part of what's happening, but they're not. A lot of times, they're not even the one profiting the most off of what's going on. You know what I mean? Now, once a comedian gets to a place where they can have theaters and they can get people to come in, but I always say the star of a comedy club is the liquor. The liquor is king. The bar is the king, and that's just the way it is. That's where the 2-drink minimum came from. It's just like if they base who they book off of liquor sales, even sometimes. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, I understand. First is sales, actual butts and seats. But let's just say if people are bringing in the same amounts of a sold out show is a sold out show, no matter how many people are in there. Now I go liquor sales. You know what I mean? And that's kind of why I say the darker arts of comedy are more associated with comedy clubs because that's going to cause people to drink more. Like. You can have a great Christian comedian, but people probably not going to drink to that as much. You know what I mean?
No.
So, it's just once we kind of got out of that with certain style shows like Don't Tell. Don't Tell, the model is, hey, you don't even know who's going to be there.
At all.
There for the comedy. And I'm not saying that's the answer, but I do think that's like the Uber to the taxi that is the comedy club.
Great analogy.
Yeah, and it might evolve even further than that.
God, that's such a good analogy. So fucking good. Don't Tell is really a fantastic model. I love everybody at the Don't Tell company record label.
Yeah, give us specials.
Yeah.
But
hello. Yes, I agree with that because they also do a really good job of curating a vibe and choosing choosing professional comedians is what I'm trying to say. They are all very funny, different styles, and are good. They are objectively good, right? And then the people who buy the tickets are fans of the art form.
Yeah. I mean, they are, and I'm trying to give the audience too much power. Even though clearly their investment in us is what's going to get us to that success level.
Yeah.
I mean, not to make it monetary based, but at the end of the day, we want to be rich and successful off the things we do.
Yes.
And like I said, I feel like Don't Tell has its flaws, but at the end of the day, it removes certain factors. In order to find out what matters the most, you have to remove certain factors. Removing that alcohol factor, which is the hardest one. That is the hardest Jenga piece to remove and see if the building still stands. But that's what not only Don't Tell, there's other shows like it too. It's just that's the biggest one that has that. Not saying comedy clubs aren't essential to the growth of comedy as art form to what it is, but I'll say in the purest form of being jovial on stage, crafting, getting the meat off the joke. Now there's clearly some atmospheric things, that play in that, that old jazz club vibe or whatever. Understandable. But I just say once it becomes the comedy club traditionally as we know it, now that might as well be introducing politics to love.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about, butts and seats, liquor sales, even what the wait staff is making. It's all these other factors that come way before if the comic is funny.
Right.
And I think if you're a comic that's focusing on that at any club, like you're just like, hey, I'm more concerned with the club environment than I am about just being funny, then you're not going to grow as much.
I couldn't agree more. Because I also feel like I've seen comedians rip and kill in a club setting because that's what they're used to, or they might have come up through a club. But then that skill does not translate when they're in a theater, when they're on a different stage. Mm-hmm. And it shows, right? It's two completely different forms of performance.
Yeah.
And like I've had to learn that too, like getting on a stage in front of hundreds of people and letting your jokes breathe and the wave of laughter that goes to the back and then comes back to you. Like that is its own practice, and you don't get that in a club, right? So yeah, I don't particularly judge any comedian in a singular space because you might be a great comic who comes in the clubs and comes through the club and then sells out the club, but then you can never get on a stage in a theater and perform in that same manner.
Yeah, it's I understand that because what we're saying is very controversial. Because that's what we come to know. Even the statement, give it up for your wait staff, right? But I say, like, imagine you're watching some deep movie. One movie I like a lot, The Departed. But name a movie or whatever. A movie that requires a lot of attention and it's in a tense moment. And then right at that moment, somebody comes up to you and be like, hey, so how would you like to pay?
Yeah.
And you can't say, hey, get out of my face. This is the good part.
Yeah.
That's the comedy club environment. That's what it is. And you can be great in that. And mind you, I am a club comic. Like I have to say, I am a club comic more than a theater comic. I came up in the comedy club environment. I am of the club. But I also understand the superiority.
Hey, you are in the club, not of the club. Okay?
I'm just
you are in this world, but not of this world. Everybody touch your neighbor and say blessed.
I'm just self-aware because I know people just be like, hold on, wait a minute, what the? But I'm just saying, in that, I still see the fact that the evolution is you getting to the theater level where you can sell out a theater and people are there to see and hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
And without interruptions. Like, matter of fact, they shut the concessions down and they don't even open doors until you're done talking.
Yep.
That's where I feel like
Yep.
you can grow to you can grow to the highest form of comedic purity, whatever.
Yeah.
That's my hot take.
This it's sizzling hot. Okay.
Fired.
Yeah, I know. We get blacklisted. Jesus Christ. The matcha's not working. What do you have coming up? Do you have anything that you want to promote? Anything you want to let people know about?
Comedy special coming soon. I'll say that. Recording. Yeah.
Am I invited?
Never. No, I'm kidding. Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll make sure you don't get back to your car. It's crazy.
No, it's gonna be. Don't worry. I'm actually doing your material, so we don't need you. So my mom is Japanese.
I'm queer.
They're like, Jeremy, I never seen the side of you before. Booked.
Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching Matcha My Energy. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And that's a wrap.
That's the people who do
that's
the
the
thing.
heart.
That's the
Yeah.
new thing. Yeah. The city Flay has the best looking women.
What city has the best looking women?
Yeah.
Houston.
That's mine. That's funny.
Houston. That's
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And honestly, I haven't been to Houston a lot. I went twice. I just needed another confirmation.
Something in the water.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Houston don't and can't miss.
Crazy. And then like Amazonian women. Like they're just,
Mm-hmm.
and aggressive. Aggressive.
Really?
Man,
Charming.
I'm not saying bad. I'm not saying a bad thing. I'm
New
saying
York
like,
is aggressive. I guess that's what
oh, I see what you're
I'm
saying.
comparing to New York aggression.
I guess what I mean by like, this is my example. So I remember I was in a CVS and, you look. You know what I'm saying? I'm a looker. We're like this, like you see
You
something.
got
Oh,
eyes, they work.
hey, okay, cool, right? So I go in the aisle and I'm shopping, getting something, right? This girl comes in the aisle, she goes, "Hey," and I go, "Hey," and she goes, "You can say hi." I'm like, "Ooh, hi." She said, "I say you look it." I'm like, "Okay, all right." Say hi next time. I'm like, oh, wow. I'm not used
You
to.
wasn't expecting none of
I'm
that
not.
interaction. You weren't ready.
I'm not used to the fine follow up. Fine women don't follow up. That's a
Mm.
that is a Houston exclusive.